Hi, and welcome to Crypto Cash Army. I'm Captain Crypto. Well, the market's still bloody. Blood in the streets. Altcoins are way down. Bitcoin is still down quite a bit. But things could be worse for VeChain, I suppose. And given the circumstances, it's held its ground fairly well. But we need to ask ourselves at this point, is a VeChain VET recovery really possible? And can Bitcoin continue to carry the load for VeChain VET and prevent VET from falling further? That's what we're going to try to determine in this video. Before we go any further, I'd like to take a few seconds to say thank you to everyone that is supporting the channel. If you're not already a subscriber, please do subscribe and smash that like button. Again, thank you so much for being here. Let's get into the video. Hi, and welcome back. Like I mentioned in the intro, VET's not doing real well right now, but things could be worse, I suppose, given the circumstances and all the FUD that's surrounding the market, especially Bitcoin. But in this video, we're going to take a quick look at VET and see how it's doing and what I think it'll do in the short term. But we're also going to take a look at Bitcoin and see how Bitcoin price action and volatility is affecting VeChain, and if Bitcoin can continue to support VeChain by preventing further price decreases until the market stabilizes. But before we do that, I need to show you the obligatory 5-second disclaimer. Hi, and you're back with Captain Crypto. Before we get into the VeChain charts, let's take a quick snapshot look at VET and see how it's doing today. On the nomics.com site, we can see that VeChain is currently trading at 10.2 cents, which is about 9% down since the beginning of the trading session, and has a market cap of about $6.7 billion, which is also down about 9%. Volume is somewhat stable at about $2 billion over the last 24 hours, representing only about a 5% decrease. And currently, VeChain VET is ranked number 24 on the nomics.com top 100 cryptocurrencies list. If we look at the blockchaincenter.net altcoin season index, we'll see that the main altcoin season index score is sitting at 84. However, the altcoin month index score is a very low 45, indicating that in relation to Bitcoin, altcoins are not performing nearly as well. The fear and greed index score tells the story for the entire market right now. We are sitting at a very low score of 12, which is down even from yesterday when the score was 19. If you look at the score last month, it was 65, which indicated there was a lot of greed in the market. Now, this score relates mostly to retail investors because corporate, institutional, and whale investors, they just don't care. If Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the other major altcoins go down 30, 40, or 50%, they see it just as an opportunity to buy more, which is what we should be doing as well. However, retail investors are indeed very scared right now and just not coming into the market. Overall, the market cap for all cryptocurrencies is sitting at about $1.5 trillion, which is down about $1 trillion over the last week or week and a half or so. Volume is relatively moderate at $206 billion over the last 24 hours. And Bitcoin dominance continues to climb and is now 45.6%. And as long as there's a lot of fear in the market, you'll probably see that Bitcoin dominance score continue to climb. So let's go ahead and take a look at the VeChain chart. We're going to start at the weekly chart. And as you can see, we have about 1 day and 6 hours left. So roughly about 30 hours. And we're working on a big red candle going down. Started up around 17.5 cents, and now looks like we're going to close right around 10 cents or even lower perhaps. VeChain is fighting to stay at about 10 cents, but it's all going to depend on Bitcoin. If we can maintain this 0.702 or about 10.7 cents, that would be very, very good for VeChain in the short term and the medium term. But before we look at VeChain any further, let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin, because this is what's really going to determine what happens. I've done a couple of videos on Harmony One where I discuss this, but over the next 30 to 36 hours or so, what Bitcoin does is really going to tell the story of what's going to happen to VeChain, both in the short term and the medium term, regarding a possible recovery or further dumping. If you look here at our 0.382 level, or about $39,283, this level is crucial not only for Bitcoin, it's crucial for VeChain VET as well. If Bitcoin can close above this with this current weekly candle, which, like I said, the weekly candle resets in about 30 hours, then there's a chance that our recovery won't be as nearly drawn out or extended, or the correction won't last as long. There's a chance we might be able to move sideways between the 0.382, or about 39,300, and the 0.5 level, or about 43,000. But if we cannot close up above this $39,300 level, we're probably going to drop down to about $28,700 pretty fast. We're just going to blow through this 0.236 at about $34,800. And we're going to come really close to here. That was a previous swing low. And when things do start correcting in a major way, you're generally going to test the previous swing low. That being said, if we can get back up here past 39,300, there's a chance we can test this previous swing high of about $42,215. And if that can happen, there's a good chance we can move on up to the 0.618, or about $47,600. And that move would be relatively soon rather than much later. But now let's go back to the VeChain. And now we're going to take a look at the daily chart. The daily chart tells us much of the same thing. We were bouncing up and down above the 0.702 level, or about 10.7 cents. And now we fell below that level with our current candle. And the daily candle will reset in about 6 hours. So if we could get up above this, that'd be great. But it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that. So we'll probably, even if Bitcoin trades sideways, we'll probably move on down to the 0.618 level, or about 8.2 cents. For some reason, even though Bitcoin is not down for the day, all of the altcoins are down considerably, and VeChain is currently down about 7.5%. And that's primarily because altcoins are almost entirely dependent on retail investors, whereas Bitcoin does have institutional, corporate, and well investors, of course. So that may be supporting Bitcoin a little bit in the short term. That being said, though, if Bitcoin does break down and go as low as about $28,000 or $29,000, then you'll probably see VeChain blow through this 0.618 level, or 8.2 cents, and then calm down and settle somewhere around 5.6 cents. I know that's scary sounding. I know it's not what you want to hear. It's not what I want to tell you, but there is a seriously real chance that could happen if Bitcoin does not close above that $39,300 level in the next 30 to 36 hours. And even if it does, it needs to have a couple of confirmation closes on the daily above that level to ensure it doesn't fall back below it. But if Bitcoin can close above 39,300, then there's a good chance VeChain can close up above 10.7 cents. And then it should bounce in between this 0.702, or 10.7 cents, and the 0.786 at about 14 cents. However, I would guess that trading range would be more likely to be like 10.7 to 12 cents. But besides that, there's not a lot we can say in the way of predicting what VeChain is going to do, because in the end, VeChain is completely dependent on Bitcoin and consumer confidence right now. If Bitcoin does well, confidence for retail investors will increase, which will be great for VeChain and all other altcoins. If Bitcoin continues to decline, retail investor confidence will decrease further, and VeChain will continue to drop. That's just the way it is. I know it's not good news. It sounds bad. And in the short term it is, but VeChain will be fine once all of this FUD is forgotten And if you've been following the crypto space for any amount of time, you know that FUD comes in very quickly and it also leaves very quickly. So a week from now, this may all be a distant memory, and we could start to see VeChain and our other favorite altcoins moving up dramatically. But until then, you need to be hoping that Bitcoin can close above 39,300 and then make its way up to about $42,500. Those two levels are critical for Bitcoin, but in the very short term, we need to hope that Bitcoin can get to $39,300, like I said, because if it can, VeChain can continue to move sideways. And right now, a sideways move in VeChain is exactly what we want. Well, I think that's all I've got for now. I hope you found this video useful and informative. If you did, please subscribe, please like, and please share. But for now, this is Captain Crypto signing off. So until next time, please stay blessed and please take care. Bye-bye.